Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Just put a review on the YouTube channel of The Amazing Mr. Blunden, if you care to have a look at that one. I thought it deserved a standalone chat, that one. Really enjoyed it. So if you want to pop over to the YouTube channel, or I'll stick it on Facebook and have a look at that. And I've also done a review on the website, a written review, if you'd like to take a look at that as well. I'd appreciate any comments you've got on that one. On a personal note, my eye is now pretty much all sorted. Popped to the hospital a couple of days ago. They discharged me, gave me some advice on basically stopping it from happening again. Got some more eye drops to put in. They also gave me this, don't laugh, I'm supposed to put this in the microwave. I'll take the glasses off for this. I'm supposed to put these in the microwave for 30 seconds and wear it for 10 minutes a day. Let me just pop this on. I can't see it, obviously, but apparently it warms the eyes. This is what they recommended me. Now, me being a sucker for anything, I believed them and bought one, and it does actually help. I've tried it a couple of times and it does help, even if it does make me look like a great big bloody meat fly. It's one of those things that seemed like a good idea at the time, but it seems to be working, so I'm going to stick with it. But hopefully that's all over with now, so I can concentrate on the channel and the website and all that sort of thing. The only movie I've watched this week, apart from The Amazing Mr. Blunden, is a movie called Son of the South. It's based on an autobiography by a man named Bob Zellner. The autobiography was, I believe, called The Wrong Side of Murder Creek. The movie is set in 1961, a place called Montgomery, Alabama. It's set during the Civil Rights Movement. I don't know whether you remember a lady called Rosa Parks, who refused to give, a black lady who refused to give up her seat on a bus and was arrested and sparked riots and protests and all this sort of thing. It's set about that time. Rosa Parks is featured in this movie. Bob Zellner is a white southern boy who is descended from a whole family of Klansmen, KKK, and decides to pick sides. Basically, he sides with the civil rights movement. He starts going to church meetings, taking part in protests, which obviously the KKK hate that. They absolutely hate that. And it's basically his story of how he changed things, or helped to change things in the Deep South. It wasn't, for a coloured person, it was not a very nice place to live, and it certainly wasn't a very nice time to live in. But the film itself is really good. I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I got the feeling when I started watching it was going to be really unpleasantly racist. And don't get me wrong, there are racist elements in there. There are a lot of racist slurs in there. There's some violence. But it's not, I get the feeling it's not as nasty as it possibly could have been. Maybe they held back on a few things, I don't know. But it was very watchable. The guy that plays Zellner, Lucas Till, never heard of him, but played the part really well. He was just basically an innocent, lost in this awful time, and basically trying to help out as best he can with the civil rights movement. I'd recommend it highly. It's only an hour and 45, so it's not overly long. But it is absolutely worth a look if you've not seen it before. It's made in 2020. Brian Dennehy plays Zellner's grandfather. Now, he was big in the 80s. He starred in a lot of movies. One of my favourites was Bestseller, which he starred in with James Woods. That was really good, as I remember. But he plays Zellner's grandfather, who is KKK through and through. As I say, there are a lot of racist elements in this, but it is not nasty and vile as you perhaps think it's going to be. Another one I want to see, which I get the feeling is probably going to be more to what I think it is Mississippi Burning, which I never got round to watching. Willem Dafoe and I believe Gene Hackman, which is set around about the same time. Now, I believe that is quite unpleasant. I'm going to try and get a hold of that one and hopefully compare that one to Son of the South. But if you get a chance to watch it, I would definitely recommend it. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be, but it is. Is there such a thing as slightly distressing? I think all racism and all that sort of thing is just horrible anyway. But it's not. It's not right in your face, if you know what I mean. I would definitely recommend it if you've not seen it. As I say, it's called Son of the South, made in 2020. Definitely worth a look. Now then, what's coming up? I've thought of a new feature that I'm going to start. I was looking along my Blu-ray and DVD shelf, well, shelves, there's hundreds of them, the other night, and I noticed an awful lot of movies on there that I've obviously bought. Don't particularly remember buying them or remember why I bought them. I can only assume a lot of them were bought on a whim. I do need to thin things out, so I'm going to start a little thing where I review or talk about a film, possibly one a week if I can get around to doing it once a week, and then decide whether to keep it or bin it. Bin it means give it to the charity shop. Because I think Jason Parry's doing this a lot. He's trying to work his way through movies and get rid of ones that he doesn't want anymore and that kind of thing. I'm going to do the same because I've got way too many, and hopefully I can whittle it down to just the classics and the ones that I know I'm going to watch again. If I decide at the end that I'm not actually going to watch this thing again, it will go. So I mean, if you've got any ideas of what to call this little section, I thought just bin it or keep it. But if you can think of anything else, any other suggestions as to what I can actually call this little section, let me know. I'm going to start doing that hopefully next week. I've got one movie earmarked already to start it off. One that I bought on the recommendation of someone else, not seen it. Never watched it. This is the thing with a lot of these movies. You buy them, you put them on the shelf, and then they just sit there. You don't actually watch them. So I thought this was a good way to maybe thin things out a bit. Another idea for the future, and this is for the future, it's not for just yet. I'm thinking of possibly starting a podcast sometime this year. It's got to be done right. It will probably be done over Zoom or something like that. I have certain responsibilities, as I've explained before, that I can't just discharge. So it has to be at the right time when I know for a fact I'm going to be able to do this thing every week or at least once every couple of weeks, without it interfering with what I'm doing outside of work and outside of here. But it is something I would like to do at some point, but it is for the future, so I'd be curious to know what you guys think of that. I've never done a podcast before. Then again, I've never done this before I started it, so it'll be a learning curve for all of us, I'm sure. So, right, I think that's pretty much it for this week. I think I've bored you all long enough. I hope you've all had a good Christmas. And I hope we all have a very good 2022. New Year's Eve was nice and quiet up until we got woken up at 12 o'clock by bloody fireworks again. Can't stand those things, never have liked them. So as I say, hope you've had a good Christmas and all the best for the new year, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks for joining me. If you've enjoyed the video, just give us a little thumbs up and also subscribe, that'd be amazing. And I will talk to you all again soon. As I say, if you've got any ideas on what to call the bin it and keep it section, let me know. And any thoughts you've got on the podcast, also let me know. But as I say, that is something for the future. It's going to be a few months down the line, that one. But it is something that's at the back of my mind. So take care, everybody, and I will talk to you all again soon. Thanks for joining me. Ta-da.